Hello everyone, my name is Basil Faisal Qureshi and I am recording this video in order to answer my first critical evaluation question for A2 for my A2 project, which was creating a music video promotion package. So coming to the question, how do your products use or challenge convention and how do they represent social groups or issues? Over the last 2 years I've explained what conventions are on numerous occasions, and therefore this time I will just get straight on to the answer. Like in my AS answer, I will start with the convention that I and my group followed in this music video, then move on to the convention that we have challenged or broken before moving on to the social groups represented, and then finally I will talk about the social issues that we have represented in this project. Unlike last year, this time we broke a lot more conventions than we followed, but it was all to achieve the desired effect that we wanted a music video to have, and maybe it had something to do with us having more confidence than we had last year, or maybe with the fact that my group was changed. So, maybe my new group mates had better ideas and were more challenging, more, and especially they are more artistic than my last group. Uh, Moving on, the biggest convention that we followed is that we kept the short lengths matching to the intensity of the audio track. Since the first verse of the song is euphonious and soothing, the shots accompanying them along, and the camera stays focused on one subject for a longer time period, as this serves as a setup for the remainder of the video, which is rather fast paced. A lot of videos follow this setup technique, and hence it is a convention that we followed. Okay, so moving on to the next convention that we have followed is that basically this convention belongs mainly to pop videos, but since art pop is a subgenre of pop video, so it applies to our music video as well. It is that we have used a lot of close-up shots, which is something you can see in almost every pop music video. The website that we made as part of our ancillary task goes with the conventions of an artist's album or music package website. If you look at it carefully, it goes with the conventions set by stars who made websites for their albums or music packages, famous stars like Selena Gomez, etc. Our website provides all the necessary details of our video, song, and the entire package, along with extra tidbits aimed at those who are not that familiar with the star ELAN, or maybe are visiting one of his work for the first time. The website boasts about the Grammy nomination that our star received, along with how he has collaborated with Jack Antonoff and the famed producer. This again follows the convention that stars go around thanking each other as a way to gain from each other and each other's fame and fans. Our website also talks about other albums by Alien, which is another convention that we have followed. As if you go to any star's website, it will have content related to the other work done by that star. In fact, it is not only convention of music video website, but if you go to any video of any website of such a nature, it will always feature some link or reference to the other work that a star or artist has done. The second ancillary task, the digipack, was also created keeping conventions in mind and mainly follows them rather than challenging them. Since the music video challenges a lot of them, so we thought that playing safe with our ancillary task was a better option. Starting right from the cover we had followed convention. The cover is a still from the video, which is a convention used in order to create familiarity with the entire product, and it helps in branding. And the convention that we followed is that the names of all the other songs of the album done by ELAN, non-existent songs in real life, but the fake ones that we had to create for the digipack, are also mentioned in the digipack, which is something everybody does. Now I will be moving on to the conventions that we broke this time. Let's start with the most prominent of all. There is no lip sync in a music video. Most of the existing videos that feature a performance have some sort of lip sync by the stars, but since none of us had any prior experience to execute it properly, we decided not to include any such thing. As a result, we ended up challenging the lip sync convention. Although having a lot of close-ups was following the convention, but even in a short selection, we did break the convention by not having enough mid shots. Most videos have some sort of balanced proportion between the multiple close-up shots and the mid shots, but our video only featured 6 mid shots out of a total of about 37 shots that were listed in the shortlist. The purpose for not including many mid shots is primarily that we weren't aiming for grandeur, but something a bit more personal, from the perspective of the star. Another major convention that we broke is our use of the transitions, that we use throughout the video. Usually, such transitions are signs of an amateur's work and not well received in the community. But we did employ them intentionally in order to better cover the angst that our star feels in the video, and the difficulty in making sense of visuals is symbolic of the difficulty you face in making sense of events when under immense mental pressure, which is the social issue that we have represented in our music video, and I'll come to it later. Now, first, let's move on to another convention that we broke is that we use, the 4:3 for our music videos frame. While most videos follow either 2.39:1, which is the aspect ratio of films, or use one of the variations of widescreen. Because you see that 4:3 is usually an old time frame style, and it's also not well received these days. But we use this to give our audience a specific uh, what do you call it, a specific effect, to have a specific effect on the audience. We used 4:3. Moving on to the next part of the question, the only social group represented is teenage boys. Our music video is an acknowledgement of the adverse effects on the mental health of teenage boys, of all the pressure society thrusts upon them, along with the restrictions upon them about sharing their feelings, troubles, or problems, and the fact that the suicide rates among teens have been rising rapidly due to this. This covers the next part of the question as well, which asks for the social issues represented through our media product. Through the transition that I talked about earlier, we symbolize how one is unable to get a sense of mental health, and how the problems just keep, getting interconnected and more confusing, undecipherable without help, which is seldom offers to teens, especially boys, since they are supposed to be strong and, saying boys don't cry. So this sums up the convention we followed and challenged the music video promotion package along with the social groups and issues that were represented throughout. Thank you for watching.